And it's actually really fascinating. I took a really big leap at the end of 2022 that I believe was kind of a big step for me. And that it's so interesting to claim something, setting the intention. Being in that group with these women made me realize what is possible financially. So I set the goal to make 100K a year. Welcome to Empower and Evolve, the vortex of growth that you have been looking for. I am your host, Kat Tunnyberg. I'm a mindset coach for female leaders, and I am committed to helping you cultivate the mindset shifts that generate you wild success. Each episode, we explore ways to tap into your true potential. We face the shadows that hold you back, and we embrace the journey toward your most abundant life. If you love what you learn here today, then I invite you to share this episode with someone that needs to hear it. Right, it's time to plunge in. Hello, my love, and welcome back to the Empower and Evolve podcast. I am your host, Kat, and I'm thrilled to start this new month with you. A new topic for this month's mastermind. Well, I gave you a hint what we're going to be talking about today. But this month's topic is soulful business. Oh, I've got goosebumps even thinking about it. I am so passionate about working with female entrepreneurs and helping them build a soulful business, one that allows them to thrive in all areas of their life, not just one where they feel like they had to replace their job and hustle harder and they're barely hanging on and they don't know where their money is going to come from, and they're stressed and they don't know how to manage their time, and they have this fear of releasing control and all these things. Like, no, I want you to have a soulful business, one that allows you to feel like you are living your purpose. You are making a difference. You are helping others grow. You are helping others change. You are building your legacy. You're making an impact. And at the same time, you're able to live your life. Meaning you are able to spend your days the way that you want to spend them. You make money and you create wealth for yourself and your family, for your loved ones. You create new cycles. You break the ancestral wounds. You become the one who makes the difference. That's what I want for you. I want you to create a soulful business. And I'm really excited to be using this month to talk into different topics around what it truly takes to create a soulful business. And today, we're actually going to start with sisterhood in business. My coach recently asked me a question that really made me reflect. We were talking about my product suite and all my different offers, and she said something to me that really hit home. And that the question was, what is your pivotal moment story for all of these offers? And suddenly it really hit me. Sometimes I've been using the same pivotal moment story for all of my offers because, it's all intertwined. It's all my life. But there is more to that. And currently, the doors are open for my new round of my Liberated Woman Mastermind, which is my absolute baby. I love my signature mastermind so much. I love creating a space for female entrepreneurs to come together, to learn, to grow, to support, to hold each other accountable, and to rise above. I love it so much. And the transformations I've seen over the years inside this mastermind have been absolutely insane. I've been running it now for 1.5 years, and it has grown and shifted and changed a lot during that time, just as I have grown and shifted and changed. So when I was on the call with my coach and she asked me this question, I had this realization. What was my like what was my pivotal moment? Not a question. What my pivotal moment was. The moment that helped me create the Liberated Woman Mastermind, the inspiration behind this offering. And I will have to take you back a few years. You may know that I originally got started in my online business in network marketing. I was working with a company from 2017 until 2022 officially kind of decided to step back. Yeah, so I guess 5 years. And I was able to create some incredible success in those 5 years in the industry. I was able to make 10K months. I had a team of over 200 people. I was able to achieve certain ranks that a lot of other people never achieved. And I really loved it. Network marketing often gets a bad rep. And I get it because there's a lot of people doing it in a really terrible way. But I do actually believe that when you are with a great team that teaches you great skills, it can actually help you build a lot of foundational skills in your business. Like for me, it was learning about social media, learning about marketing, and learning about sales and also facing rejection. And I've always loved the team aspect of it. I guess you can say I've always been someone who loves to motivate others and teach what I've learned and help others achieve success. So I really love that part. And like I said, I had a team of 200 people. So I was hosting my own team calls and I was, had created my own system that people were following and created success for them. And it was really, really beautiful until it wasn't, which is where we get to enter the pivotal moment. So in July 2022, I joined my first mastermind. Not my first group coaching program, but my first mastermind. This mastermind was for women in business who were making 10K per month and above. And I was wondering whether I was going to get accepted into the mastermind because I'd only had a couple of months where I'd made 10K, more than 10K in my business. But I applied and I got accepted. And joining that mastermind was the best thing that has ever happened to my business. I was the only person that was growing a network marketing business, which was new to me because up until that point, I had been in a lot of rooms where people were building network marketing businesses, whether that was all the conferences I attended, the team I was working with. So there was a lot of that around me. I was following a lot of network marketers. So it's kind of all I knew, which was great because I saw that some people created huge success within that industry. But in that mastermind, I was the only person in network marketing. And all the other women were independent business owners. And I was one of the smallest fish in the pond, meaning they were all making way more money than me. And they seemed to have way more freedom than me. So I got curious. I was in the mastermind. I was loving hearing their stories. And suddenly it just hit me, this realization that I'd been ignoring for months. Like I had known it already, but I had been ignoring it. The fact that my network marketing business wasn't lighting me up anymore. And at that point, I had had some really horrible situations with some team members who literally were abusing me. And it was like horrible, horrible, horrible. And then when I was in that mastermind and saw all these people building these independent businesses, it suddenly hit me. I was like, I want that for myself. I don't want to follow someone else's blueprint. I want to create my own. And I wanted to have a bigger impact. Like, yes, I loved the products that I was selling at that time. And I love that I was able to help other people create extra money. Great. But I felt like there was more. And being in that mastermind and surrounded by these other women in business helped me realize that there is so much more. So I decided to take the leap and take a step back from my network marketing business, which felt terrifying. It felt absolutely terrifying. Just for 5 years, that's all I had known. I had tied my whole identity to that business. And it felt so scary to leave it behind. And I had already been working full time for myself from home. And I learned a lot from it, which there's so many lessons in this, but I'll stay to the core lesson of sisterhood in business. I leaned in. I leaned into the edge and I leaned into my trust and I leaned into my sisterhood. I leaned into that mastermind. And I became a great student of what these women were doing, what was working for them, and what wasn't. And I started to put myself out there and I started to build my own independent business. And it's actually really fascinating. I took a really big leap at the end of 2022 that I believe was kind of a big step for me. And that it's so interesting to claim something, setting the intention. Being in that group with these women made me realize what is possible financially. So I set the goal to make 100K a year. And at that point, my business was maybe making like $5,000 a month, which was great considering I had left one of my incomes. And the great thing with network marketing is I was still getting paid out for a long time because I had built such a solid base. So it did kind of give me a little bit of wiggle room whilst I was growing my own business. But it started to decline quickly because I put zero effort into it. So I started to grow my business and it started to go like 6K months, 7K months, 8K months. And I was like, whoa, this is really exciting. And at the end of 2022, I made the decision to incorporate, to start a company and become a company. And I remember having the call with the accountant to see whether it made sense for me. And he was like, yeah, what do you expect your revenue to be? And I was like, 100K. Do you think it's a surprise that the following year I hit my first 100K? I don't think so. None of this would have happened if I didn't join that mastermind, though. That mastermind showed me what was possible. And we've all heard the saying that you are the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. So to be in a group with other women who have big dreams like you, who are doing great things, who are leaning into the fear and doing it anyway, that, my love, changes your life. It is incredible. So as I started to evolve in my business and grow and realize, at one point I realized that a lot of my one-on-one coaching clients wanted to be coached in business. So I started to lean into that edge and I was like, what if I started my own mastermind? What if I started a mastermind for female entrepreneurs where I create a space for them to connect, to learn from each other, and also teach them everything I know about business? And that's how the Liberated Woman Mastermind was born. It was a huge success. I launched with 7 people in the first round, didn't even have a sales page. And it was beautiful. Still to this day, from all the women who've gone through the Liberated Woman Mastermind to this day, the biggest feedback I get is the community. Because most of them join to grow their businesses because they want to make more money. They want to learn about marketing. They want to learn about systems. They want to they want to learn about money, all these things. But the thing that they walk away with is the community. Because being an entrepreneur can be lonely. especially if you don't have many people in your close circle that are also entrepreneurs, because your friends won't get it. Because it takes a certain person to build a successful business. And I can't remember the exact stats, but I looked this up once. I think it's something like only 10% of female-owned businesses will ever get to 100K a year. Like, it is my mission to help more women get to that. But I'm not all about teaching you strategy. I actually really believe, and I've experienced this from myself, the more aligned you are in your energy, the more safe you feel in your nervous system, the more you have done the mindset work, the unconscious reprogramming, the more success you will create. You don't need all the fancy systems, the fancy strategies. What you need is belief in yourself. You need your energy to support your growth. So everything I teach you inside the Liberate Women Mastermind is based on that. Energetics and mindset, working with your nervous system to teach you that it's safe to create success. It's safe to receive more money. It's safe to be visible. And once we have that foundation, then we can build upon it. So I do teach a lot of strategy in there as well, but it all is based on energetics, because I know that that is my greatest gift to the world, is teaching them to come into alignment internally, just like I did all those years ago. That's the magic. And the doors of the Liberated Women Mastermind are now officially open. The new cohort starts on March 24th. I invite you to join us. I'll have the link to it in the show notes. Come and join the Sisterhood in business. Because on the days where you feel like giving up, where you feel like it's too hard, having this sisterhood in business will change everything. Thank you for listening. I hope to see you inside the mastermind. Thank you for joining me on the Empower and Evolve podcast. I hope that today's episode has sparked a new insight, or perhaps reminded you of your own power to manifest change. If you found value in our time together, I invite you to subscribe and share this podcast with someone who might need a little reminder of their own magical power. It would mean the world to me if you could take just 2 minutes to review the podcast and help it reach more people. And remember, the journey of transformation is ongoing, and sometimes the most powerful step that we can take is to simply pause, breathe, and realign with our deepest intention. Until next time.